So for step number 4, you want to take the information you collected in step 3, and you want to think a little bit about it and apply it. So for example, it says what has changed. So um, looking at the different aspects of life and things like that. So we could talk about how the streets changed from being cobblestone to being paved streets, right? So that would be something that's changed. Who contributed these changes? It was probably the city that contributed these changes because they're the ones that take care of the roads and things. The impact would be from climate. In Canada, it gets very cold in the winter, and so cobblestone streets aren't the best because when moisture gets in and then it freezes, it makes it rise and sink. So it's very tough to maintain cobblestone streets in a country like Canada because of that winter climate, how cold it gets. So it was probably cheaper to move to asphalt. Um, and that in the end would impact on members of the community. Well, having asphalt roads, as long as they're maintained, they can often be a little bit smoother. And so this would sort of change those components. It would also perhaps change the types of transportation that could be done in those different methods. Looking back at the tram car, there's a tram car that's changed. It no longer exists. Um, there still is some transportation, but again, the tram car decision been based on the city. And then the impact members of the community is it removed a method of transportation that they could have used to get around. So those are things that you can add and type into your table that way. What remained the same? Again, remained the same. We talked about the sidewalk component, so people are able to move around on foot. So in that area, people could still get around and move around without having to use transportation. And if they were to live in that downtown sort of core, they would be able to do that. So again, the city decided to keep it that way. And again, the changes or the impact it is it allowed people to continue to walk downtown, to enjoy being downtown and to live downtown. So you're just sort of looking for some things that you can include in this table from the things that you found up here that were same and different, and just sort of talking about why those things have changed or why you think those things have changed.